call goes a
Yep.
very long way as far as synergy and coordination goes. So yeah,
Mhm.
I would echo that. We're getting into the lobby now for the next game. The new guys have taken us to Battlefield of Eternity.
Oh,
But
yes.
we're doing another round of giveaways for Genji and Diva. Bundles on the line. You participate in chat at all, you'll have a chance to win one of those. Our lovely admin Royal Light will get in touch with the winner. And yeah, thanks again to Blizzard for helping out, giving us some bundles and stuff to play around with. It's pretty neat. But
Blizzard's
we're
fantastic, man.
about to get. I think we're ready. 4 guys ready. There we go.
BOE.
Of Eternity.
Another one of my favorite maps. Same thing.
This map has really grown on me. It wasn't my favorite as both a player and caster for a while. But you learn a lot of, you were just talking about a team working together and synergizing. This is one of those maps where everyone kind of needs to be on the same page, because if you're just kind of like half-heartedly doing different objectives, you kind of lose out on all of them and then you get snowballed. So
yeah. Yeah, so like I didn't like this map either when it first came out, but it's kind of grown on me. What I really like about this map is how the Fallen Shaman camps work. They're so strong that because this map would be so boring without them. I was talking to a friend of mine about this the other day, and yeah, just the fact that they are so powerful and they split push and it forces your opponents into either responding to them or dealing with your push on the Immortal, like that dynamic is so much fun. Yeah, that's not the only reason why I like this map, but I just feel like it's really well balanced, and again, it opens up a lot of different styles of comps. Li Ming banned out.
Oh. I didn't expect to see that. Li Ming as a hero on this map can get you a lot of value. Well-timed pokes from magic missiles and orbs can really accelerate things as far as chunking down the Immortal if you just stand there and passively try to defend. Li Ming's one of those heroes that can safely poke from a distance. So I understand why you'd be worried about Li Ming.
Yeah.
You also leave yourself a meta-conscious and strong hero available when you take a ban like that off the board, so I get it.
Yeah, I like that. What's the response from the new guys, though?
Well,
is this another Probius map? Lol.
I don't know about banning Probius. I mean,
Yeah, probably not. Not this early.
not this early. I don't think we'll see Probius one way or the other. A large part of why Probius got a lot of value last game is because it was a 3-lane map and he was kind of left to his own devices. In a 2-lane map, he is much more easy to spot and target, so I don't think he's gonna be around for that.
I always thought Probius would be really good on. Okay, there's the Anubarak ban again. I figured it was going to be Anubarak, but that one seemed a little bit more obvious just because we've seen it happen a whole bunch. And there it is again, Tyrael first pick. Like they love this hero, man. Like Tyrael has really been working out for them.
Has it though? I mean, they're up the best. They're here, they're here in the finals. They're up the best 3. But I don't really recall a time last game where I was just like, man, that sanctification just saved that game. I get why they prioritized Tyrael like that. Like, it wasn't
last
bad.
game, yes. Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
You're right. Last game,
yes,
but it was the comp.
Like, he dropped Sanko on himself in the bottom lane, and then he ended up losing that team fight. That was like the only... I don't know, man. I don't know if I'd first pick Tyrael here.
Oh, no, me either. But it's consistent with what they've been doing. There's no way I'd first pick Tyrael here. There's no chance. But it's consistent with what they've been doing, and they're comfortable with it, right? Like, you want to play something you're comfortable with. And on this map in particular, it really values those, auto attack heroes that synergize really well with Tyrael, like the Greymane. So now, they can open themselves up to a Vala, which you might see. Yeah. So Tyrael makes sense just considering the consistency, but I'm 100% with you. No way that it should be, or not even should be, but first pick usually isn't the right call, but you know what? I trust them.
Well, if they were looking for any Tyrael Greymane synergy that got snatched out from under them, I would have been real surprised if Greymane wasn't a part of the 1-2 on Battlefield of Eternity for the new guys. He gets picked up along with Greymane, so it's just like, boop. Hit you with that Stormbolt, set things up for a huge engagement. Malfurion comes out to play.
See, that's why. Tyrael with Genji on this map is flippin' insane. absolutely insane. So, but it could have just been.
Do they have enough Immortal Burn?
Genji. Pardon?
Do they have enough Immortal Burn like this?
Not yet. No, definitely not yet. But they can go with Abathur and then just stall out all game. Yep.
Double Genji is a problem.
It's insane. It's actually insane. I would be banning Abathur right now. I would be banning Abathur yesterday if I were the new guys. Yeah, that would just be way too terrifying. But honestly, it works for 4 guys in a... Or sorry. Yeah, it works for the new guys as well. So they could pick it up too. Honestly, what do you think the ban is?
If I'm not looking to go Abathur, I would strongly consider banning him out myself. Just because with the majority of the composition already selected, you don't have to worry about too many meta things at this point. Vala did do a lot of work, so I theoretically understand that, but I'm not sure I agree with it.
Okay, so wait a second. The Vala banned off because they're worried about that the Tyrael Vala. I did mention that a little bit earlier, but I actually think Genji satisfies that same condition as Vala.
Right.
Like as like the auto attacker that you're wanting to sanctification on top of, and now Tyrael and Genji are able to dive this backline. I was just about to say, please just ban the Uther, because Uther is so good against this dive from Tyrael Genji. So really good call by 4 guys in the legend to ban off the Uther. That's pretty much like the last pick that they could have gone. Wait, do you just like go into double support now, Tyrande plus Kharazim, and just race all game?
I would consider it, because I mean, the Uther ban kind of broke this draft for the new guys, in my opinion, because anytime someone got rooted, 75 armor is going to make Genji swing a pool noodle at somebody. Like, he wouldn't have been getting takedowns that way, I can tell you that one. So, you got to go a different way now. Yeah. And I think that double support, Hunter's Mark, not only works against a solo Malfurion well, but also a Genji well. Yep. And it also gets you value on the Immortal. I would strongly consider taking Tyrande here, even if you're going to just take your solo laner and then save your support later on. They do take there it is. I was about to say, because Malf and Tyrande could definitely work still for it.
Tyrande to Haka? Okay, Tyrande Rehgar. So they did just... okay, they wanted to secure the Rehgar, that's why. I think Kharazim actually would have worked better than Rehgar here, but they're looking at Rehgar maybe to just secure a little bit more camp pressure, or perhaps just, totem off the dive potential from Tyrael and Genji, so...
Yeah.
And also just as a counter pick, because they're looking at that Genji and they're like, wow, we do not want those Ancestrals landing onto Genji at all, so... Rehgar Tyrande.
The more I'm thinking about it, Kala, I think Kharazim might have been the way to go.
Yeah.
Because at level 16, Genji's life becomes very difficult.
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, guys, I almost got killed. I didn't get the takedown, so I'm just going to E out, and I'll be fine. And I'll jump over the... Oh, wait, Kharazim's on the back of my face with a wave of 100 fists. I'm dead.
Also, wait, I'm so stupid. I said Ancestral for Genji, but they already have a Malfurion. I am maybe a little bit tired. So Rehgar definitely wasn't the pick there, because you could have just waited, just flex that last support. So yeah, I'm totally with you on the Kharazim. We are best Kharazim buddies. Okay, whoa. Medivh Jaina. So do we have... Okay, very interesting. Is Medivh solo laning? Is Tyrael? No, you can't have Medivh solo laning with only one warrior. Or sorry, you can't have Tyrael solo laning with only one warrior. So it is probably Medivh in the top lane.
Medivh
interesting.
Solo lane?
Like, who else would it be? It could be Tyrael, and then the Genji, Malf, Medivh, Jaina play like super safe bottom, but they have no kill pressure, right?
I'm wondering if...
But I guess not that
they know it's Battlefield of Eternity, right? Like... I don't get it. I genuinely don't get the Medivh Jaina to round this out. Because who do you have solo lane? If you have Tyrael, you're kind of going to get walked on a lot in the bottom lane.
Is it Dehaka now for the new guys? Is that their last pick? Oh, Lord have mercy. It is the Alarak. Okay. Holy mole's feet. So that is so much burst damage from the new guys. And they're playing it into
Holy mole's feet?
Yes. And they're playing it into a Medivh. Wait, they're playing it into a Medivh. This is wild. This is actually... Okay, I'm excited. I'm excited. Like Alarak
Potentially
Toronto. Sorry?
Potentially the last game
Yeah.
of this season of Heroes Hype, or a quick match. You decide. Cause I don't know what's going on with these picks, man. I don't know what's going on with these picks. The Jaina Medivh to round it out on Battlefield of Eternity. I get Alarak. I mean,
Yeah, Alarak's super good on this map.
Whoever's going up, I think you almost have to put Tyrael in the top lane.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
Or you put Genji and like he just stands there and soaks. Like I don't get it.
It's definitely going to be.
Don't get it.
This is the finals. Like, you know, this is a game point. So, well, not entirely.
It
game
comes
point,
down to this: if 4 guys in the Legends win this game, they are the champions this season. Heroes Hype Tempo Storm Series, landing on the line. Over on the left, it is 4 guys in the Legends. LZ Gamers on Genji, Janet's playing Tyrael, Medivh. So on the Legend, it's being played by Legend. Italians playing Jaina, and Malfurions being played by Elhive.
And on the right, in red, is the new guys again. We got Fromgor on Rehgar, Grim playing the Greymane, Ataro on Tyrande, Stu Manchu on the Muradin, and Santa Claus playing that Alarak.
We've seen Santa Claus do some wild stuff on Genji. See how he fares on Alarak. He's got the mechanical ability to make plays, I assure you. Stu Manchu hanging out in the bush, seeing if he can catch somebody with a Storm Bolt. And with this composition, I don't think we're going to see too much early aggression. And yet, we see in the middle portion of the map, looks like LZ Gamer and Jin have some shenanigans up their sleeve. Did they just like show against this door?
They're just looking to take this middle tap. It's a pretty cheesy strat. Honestly, it really is. But, you know, they can escape, so might as well do it. Now they actually really benefit from long-term Immortals. So, Jaina actually soloing top against an Alarak Tyrande can be a little bit difficult, but, you know, as long as Legend on the Medivh does float around there, she might have a pretty decent time.
As long as she has the most casual... the cheese spray is very apt.
Oh gosh. So true.
Fair enough. Jaina against Alarak, that should be a safe matchup for Jaina so long as they play one of the most passive games of their life, because if they get in the telekinesis range, they're at least tapping a well. That I'm certain. Looking at the talents, Lightning Bond, not surprised to see that. Full Heart in the Blaze, third win. Pretty standard stuff all around, I'd say.
Yeah, exactly. Fromgor with the strategic back there as well, just to save tap. You know, right before this Immortal spawns. So, how this initial, like, the new guys are going to have to push into this Immortal as fast as they can, basically. They don't want long Immortal phases because now they're down that middle tap. You know, they do have top and bottom, but eventually that, you know, they lose value with that. So, Jaina staying safe on the top side as well as Alarak. Nobody really showing anything here. Both these teams just looking to stall out. I really like the idea to send Tyrael bottom here to push out. And here's that gank onto the Jaina like I was talking about. Yeah, like all of this follow-up damage, and you know, they're not actually... Yeah, the 4 guys in the Legend aren't able to trade anything except for push out bottom wave, so now they're going to lose a bunch of damage onto their Immortal as long as the new guys decide to rotate in and start doing damage with that Hunter's Mark.
Jaina Proudmoore was just trying to live in harmony in that top lane, but it would seem as though the new guys had other things in mind. Get their first takedown. Fromgor eating a ton of damage. Medivh shows up. LZ Gamer on a chase, gets a little bit of chip damage on the Rehgar. Kicks him in the tail end on the way out. Force of Will goes in. Jin continuing to apply pressure. Tyrande's the first to fall. Grim, potentially next target, or Rehgar. And then Greymane finally does go down. So the portals and continued pressure from Genji are enough.
Holy cow, and there's the value of Genji on this map that I was talking about earlier. He's so good. You know, he doesn't have a lot of race potential, but just like his cleanup is insane. And the fact that they just satisfied that kind of a team fight with Medivh this early, like, really good job from 4 guys in a Legend.
No race, all chase. Genji showing why he got selected. LZ Gamer not doing too bad there. Jaina will help burn down the Immortal. We'll pick up the first Immortal of the game for 4 guys in the Legend who have taken this somewhat unconventional, or at the very least unexpected draft, and showing they know what to do with it.
We saw this happen from Four Guys in a Legend, but not from the new guys. So they sent Tyrael down to the bottom lane to push out that wave, which equalized the pick on the top lane, and then also forced the new guys to rotate somewhere. So actually, you gain more from pushing out the wave than you do a pick, because the death timers are so low right now. Pushing out waves, sending one person to go push out a wave while everybody else is stalling gains so much value on this map, especially early. So Grim taking a bunch of damage. Genji does go a little bit deep, but Four Guys in a Legend just looking to take out some structures.
Force of Will getting a lot of value there. Anytime you see a Hunter's Mark on someone, more often than not, there's going to be a Force of Will to entirely negate the burst damage. The new guys looking to bring to the table. Portal shenanigans can help you disengage. When it's all said and done, though, the siege pressure is going to be enough from Four Guys in a Legend to claim the first fort of the game.
I mean, losing a fort off the first Immortal when you have the early game comp is really scary. Like, it seriously is. The new guys have a very strong early game comp, and losing that hard early is going to be difficult to equalize, but it's not out of the park yet.
LZ Gamer jumps in deep. I mean, Santa Claus had to know something was up. You land a combination on Jaina that far away from her top wall, and she's still hanging out.
Yeah.
That's a bait if I've ever seen it.
And he knows how to play the Genji, so he knows what Genji's looking for. So
he's like, I expect him to show up, and then there he is. Right.
Yeah. And now, like, the entire front wall is taken down on top side as well. So, like, if the next Punisher goes over to Four Guys in a Legend, no matter what situation it is, top or bottom, it's going to be on a keep. So, or a keep wall at least. Sorry. Yeah, big rotations from Four Guys in a Legend, and we see that with the experience advantage going up to almost an entire level and a half. Obviously, the fort and other structures are hugely to attest for that. But yeah, really good play so far from Four Guys in a Legend. Next shrine coming up pretty soon, or not next Immortal phase.
Al goes across, shows the talents, waiting there casually to pick up that bruiser camp. Trying to go over that far on the other side of the map would be a pretty daring prospect. So Talon is just like, I mean, that's fine. You see me there. But the new guys so far, they have to be pretty vexed and uncertain of how to proceed. I mean, this is a non-standard composition that's really gotten the better of them all the way around so far. They got to try to shake something up if they want to turn this game around.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to see the new guys trying to force something here. So, like, Four Guys in a Legend, they rotate top, they do a bunch of damage to the enemy camp. Meanwhile, theirs is pushing bottom uncontested, which is actually going to do a bunch of damage to keep walls if left uncontested for a long period of time.
Yeah, the top lane was already cleared out.
Oh no.
And now, the root goes in. The cleanse is going to be there in time for Stu Manchu to get out. Genji was on the chase, tried to make something happen. Telekinesis is going to force back the members of Four Guys in a Legend. Grim the target. Greymaine's going to go down. Puppey gets kicked.
This is horrifying if you are the new guys. Bottom wave is pushed out. Stu Manchu taking a whole bunch of damage. Genji with the cleanup auto attacks. That's 2 dead, and level 10's closing in. Almost a 2-level advantage for Four Guys in a Legend. Meanwhile, like I said, bottom is pressuring this keep wall. Lauren, this is not looking very good for the new guys with this early game draft that they decided to pull out.
Losing out on all fronts, and so far, I feel a lot of it's because of this Pocket Medivh pick from Legend.
Yep.
We see Hunter's Mark, we see Greymane, we see Alarak. They're looking for burst ability-based damage. The moment you see Hunter's Mark on someone, the second someone's caught forward at all, Force of Will is there to entirely negate all those abilities, and then they're just left standing there like, oh, well, we're here now.
It's true, and like the new guys have put so much pressure onto Jaina. Jaina's not even really doing anything. She's just clearing waves. She has like as much damage dealt to heroes as Malfurion. Like I feel like it's like the ultimate bait with the Jaina pick, and she's playing it really well. She's playing it really safe. It took a 4 or 5 person rotation top to kill her. Like she's playing really smart.
I've been impressed. I mean, I understand the Medivh pick a lot more now. The Jaina selection is starting to show its value as well. Yep. A near flawless game so far from Four Guys in Legend. A level lead in their heroics. They got the bottom 4 on even talent tiers before. With this much shielding on this Immortal, you know they're looking to go pretty far.
Absolutely, this is a keep, like guaranteed. We still have half shield available on this Immortal. I'm pretty sure this is a keep because level 10 is super far away for the new guys. They actually have a decent, 4 guys in a legend have a decent amount of siege here with, the Jaina with the Genji just relentlessly pushing up and doing damage. And honestly, not any DC, like a deep push for the new guys. So they are looking for the keep.
Oh, the silence goes in on Medivh. There's the burst damage that they were looking for. Drops his Hunter's Marks. Master's touch stats. I mean, Stu Manchu, half elf gets healed up by Santa Claus. Heroics are still not here yet for the members of the new guys who are trying to do everything they can, but they're not saving this top keep at all. They get the takedown on Medivh. That helps them out a lot, but the damage has effectively been done already.
Grim diving onto the backside. The Dragon Blade does come out too. Silence is the Greymane. The kill for LZ Gamer on the backside of that fight, and he actually manages to escape. The silence goes out onto Malfurion with the follow-up damage. Is there to secure a kill for the new guys, and they're pushing their way back into this game. They managed to salvage a little bit out of that that top push, get a couple kills, actually 3 kills off of that. From a really bad position. So the new guys fighting back. They don't want to go down in this this series.
Showing that they're not done just yet. They've found an opportunity to isolate Legend. That was huge for them. They finally got on Heroics and showed they're not. Oh, another silence goes in. Legend gets blown up when Tyranda's not, or when Medivh isn't really able to use those Force of Wills and get themselves out of there. He did not have time to get that portal down. Gets yanked out. Gets silenced. Gets taken down.
Santa Claus is really showing up on all of the heroes he's been playing tonight. So really good pulls. Actually secured them that kill onto Medivh last fight. Just got them another kill onto Tyrande. But we can't avoid the elephant in the room. There is a keep down at, it was 9 minutes into the game, which is going to make these next Immortal phases like really, really good for 4 guys in a legend. They can stall so long and force the new guys to send somebody to deep push that lane, or else it's going to threaten core damage. So 13s are here, obviously, for 4 guys in a legend. 13's not here for new guys. Grim actually getting caught out. Is this the ley line?
There it goes. Only one member, though. Ring of Frost drops. It's going to lock in Tyrande. No escapes for you. Tyranda's going to get absolutely roasted. Stu Manchu hits the Dwarf Toss for the Jukes. Avoids the portal shenanigans, but LZ Gamer's on the chase. Jin's trying to add movement speed. Twilight Dream, the cleanse, the Ancestral Healing. Stu Manchu's going to survive, presumably. Dragon Blade goes down as well, minimizing the damage. You only lose Tyrande. You got 20 seconds, so she'll be back. It could have been a lot worse.
It definitely could have been a lot worse. 5 heroics used for 4 guys in a legend, and the new guys are going to have their 13s in time. So this is actually the fight for the new guys to take. They send 4 bottom. They do push that camp. Now they're looking to probably just take their own to maybe neutralize the top pressure, or just look to trade a bunch of damage here. They do have the Tyranda's Hunter's Mark. They're looking at getting the halftime show, if you would.
Lucky placement on their front allows them to get ahead in the Immortal race, but something that's really important to consider, Akala, 53 seconds before Ancestral Healing's back online. Level 13 is now finally picked up. Without that burst healing option, a full 5v5 team fight, even on even talent tiers, is going to be tough for the new guys.
And that's what the new guys are going to be looking for, though. The stun does land out. The follow-up damage from Grim on the Greymane isn't enough to secure a kill, and there goes the ley line.
Leyline, Elhaim finds himself pressured by Stu Manchu, potentially leaving the back line open. No takedowns there. Portal drops in. Legend eats some damage, gets stunned. The Lunar Flare is going to follow up. Medivh gets taken down once again. The new guys continuing to advance. They try to apply pressure to LZ Gamer. He turns around, gets some damage in on Grim. Stu Manchu hangs out. Jaina isolated forward, throws down a Ring of Frost. It paves the way for Tyrande to come down. LZ Gamer looking to go off, gets Grim, turns us into a 2v2. Frumgore gets taken down. Genji getting value.
Genji's just cleaning up that Ryujin no Kenwo Kureya, just killing everybody on the new guys. Stu Manchu also gonna go down here. The Genji value is crazy, man. I told you this hero is insane. Like, this is the second time in a row where we've just seen the complete carry capacity of Genji. Insane play there, and then gets stunned at the very end just for the stees. And look at this top lane. Like, these 3 catapults are pushing. It's a whole bunch of damage onto the core shields, and actually some core damage. Meanwhile, bottom as well gets the keep down to 50% health. What started off as a fantastic fight for the new guys just ended up in tragedy. Like, the Medivh went down, but then just like Genji stayed alive that entire fight, right? Like, that was crazy.
Genji's the new Li Ming, man. You get those cooldown resets on those dashes. When I was young, Colin. Another healthy immortal after a pretty nice
scary.
beginning. This could be it.
This is super scary. 16 to 14, like, the new guys have to force a fight off the immortal. So just literally walk away if you're the 4 guys in the legend. But they decide to fight.
They're going in. They got the tier advantage. Leyline Seal drops in. LZ Gamer's able to jump back. Gets the Hunter's Mark. Ringer Frost goes down.
Man.
Saves Taliant. The ultimate jebaited. Greymane dives in deep with the scuba gear. It's taken down. LZ Gamer drops the Dragon Blade. Goes in. Ancestral Healing is going to land. Stu Manchu trying to apply pressure to Jaina and finds he himself is the one pressure. 2 heroes down on the side of the new guys, and it's all starting to fall apart for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Twilight Dream does land out, gets 2 silenced there. Ataro and Frumgor also going down. LZ Gamer cleaning up. MVP, would you say? That 47,000 hero damage compared to the next highest at 31,000 on the Tyrael. Jin's Tyrael is actually crazy. GG.
GG. And WP, after all is said and done, 4 guys in a legend. Through 5 weeks of season play in this season's Heroes Hype Tempo Storm series, make it to the finals. They battled their way to the big show. And they take Genji. And with an unorthodox, an unexpected composition, I don't think there's anybody watching that draft that were like, Medivh Jaina.
Yeah.
Of course.
No.
The classic. In an impressive showing. Are our season's champions, 4 guys and the legends. Congratulations.
That's actually so exciting. Congratulations, guys. They totally deserve that. Like, those drafts were not things that you would normally see. Like, you know, you saw the Probius draft. You saw Jaina Medivh on BOE like that. Like, with the Genji, like, it was just really smart and calculated play. Like, they knew how to play those comps, and it really showed up. So, excellent job by them. And they also banned really well. And you know, like I said, we saw the Tyrael come out super early. That Tyrael did 32,000 hero damage. Like, that's their carry. That's like picking first pick Genji for them. You know, Jin on the Tyrael, Jin on the Diablo throughout all the series that we saw today. Like, every single one of those players played fantastically, and they absolutely deserve to win this. So congratulations to them.
Definitely. We have 2 sets left to give away for Genji and D.Va, respectively. You must have entered the Matcherino code TEMPOHH and add it to the prize pool to show your thanks for 4 guys and a legend for putting on one heck of a show all season. So you put that in, and you get your shot at one of those giveaways. The last 2 we got. Again, thanks to Blizzard for that. But, you know, I'm really glad 4 guys and a legend won. Heroes Hype.
Me too.
I would call it the crown jewel of the amateur scene. I mean, this is the biggest stage for the amateur scene, in my personal opinion.
Yep.
And to see a team show up and shake up the meta like this, it's all on the line. You're at the finals of the entire season. You break out the Probius, something unexpected. And then you go to Battlefield of Eternity and you break out the Medivh Jaina to round it out. I mean, it just really shows that the meta, you know, it's only as deep and static as the player's level of ingenuity. There are so many different heroes. There's so many untold synergies, things that you just do not expect to work out.
Yeah.
And then you see him in action, it's like, oh. There is no better place, in my opinion, to see the innovation, the next curve of the meta, the frontier, right here on Heroes Hype. And 4 guys and a legend exemplify that top to bottom.
Congratulations to them again. Like, that was actually really sweet. And there's drafting that I would say never seen before, and I wouldn't even just say it's because it's the amateur scene. I'd say it's just because they really, like, a bunch of these teams had really well thought out drafting plans, and they executed their game plans properly. Like, you know, they saw it start to finish, and I don't know, it's just really cool to see teams actually put this amount of effort into the amateur scene, and it goes from, you know, the production of Heroes hype all the way up to, you know, the way that these teams perform. And I don't know, it's just really sweet to see these teams actually like put forth plans and execute everything really properly. Like those Tyrael first picks, I'm saying it again, but those were snap picks. Like they wanted those because they knew exactly what they were going to do. And it was all calculated and all planned out. And it started off from the very beginning of that last game. Like there was the Genji plus Medivh plus Tyrael diving that mid fort so that they can look to try to, if you will, cheese, or sorry, not mid fort, mid well, to try to like, you know, stop their opponents from having that little bit of an advantage. You know, like stuff like that was talked about beforehand and calculated beforehand. And it might seem small to a lot of people, but it actually really helps out in the long run. So.
Yeah, because like even I was like, why? Like, why are you going for that well? But if you win the first half of the immortal phase, a lot of times it's like, all right, well, let's go back and hit the well, guys. Wait, we don't have our.
Now we have to go to the bottom well, and then like that opens up a rotation for you to like get stopped at, because the other one is just completely free. You walk on your side of the map, as opposed to the bottom and top. You actually have to walk through contested territory. So, yeah, all that sort of stuff is just really, really good. I really appreciated seeing that.
Well, I've heard from our good old-fashioned Argy. We will be interviewing the master of the Jebaited, Taliant himself.
Nice.
Taliant, congratulations on your victory. 4 guys in Legend have shown up all season. Well-deserved victory, man. Congrats.
Hey, thank you guys very much. Nice casting tonight as well.
Thanks, man.
Now, I called you the master of the Jebaited because on that last push at the bottom, you wrangled 2 people into your trap. First, Greymane jumps in. He's like, hey, guys, I got myself a free Jaina. Not so much. So then next, Muradin tries to jump in there. You drop the Ring of Frost on him. Is that something that you practice a lot? Because it just seemed way too calculated.
Nah, I mean, and this is full disclosure here, right? That was literally miscommunication resulting in a panic play. Pretty much. Like, so what, Muradin jumped in on our back, like on top of Malf and I, and Elhaim was just calling for me to go in, because we hit the ley line and I wasn't in range to hit the ring. And I'm like, you know, you gotta respect your teammates. You gotta listen to their calls. So I start moving forward, and then I'm like, oh shit, I am surrounded. That's when you just drop the panic ring at your feet and see what happens.
I mean, in a lot of ways, I actually think that's even better than having practiced it, because if you have the mechanical skill to snap respond to a situation, it's like, hey, this isn't what we expected at all. And then you turn it around and make it look so crisp. I mean, props to you, man.
No, I'm glad it looks crisp. These games at like 2 a.m., they're always interesting.
Spicy.
Yeah.
Another question I have for you is, at what point did you guys commit to the Medivh Jaina pairing? Because we were shocked.
And further on that, like if you will, why Jaina over something like Dahaka?
So it was at first Medivh, right? Like anytime you're looking at ETC Tyrande, Muradin Tyrande, Diablo Tyrande, and then plus extra, like that drafts like that just beg to have Medivh picked into them. Like teams that are looking to run those CC combos, like the perfect answer is Medivh. So we identified that early and then went into the Medivh, right? So that was just piece 1. And then piece 2 was we were just looking for someone who could wave clear off lanes like super fast, because we were planning to defend like the whole way, more or less, or always be defending first. So when you do that, you want to be able to send somebody out, you know, to speed clear, generate EXP value, and make the other team like make bad choices about who they send out, and you can get, you know, numerical advantages that way. So that was the Jaina. And then the Wombo was just kind of like the icing on the cake, like that we were going for, even though I think we missed it more than we hit. I don't know. You can tell me that.
No, I thought you guys played with the Jaina really, really well. I was saying throughout the game that, you know, Jaina didn't even gain a whole lot of value as she traditionally does, because usually you see her as the mage that kind of follows around the warrior. She gets that, you know, follow-up damage on any sort of like CC tank, right? That's her traditional use, and she's basically used as like a Wombo bot later on, past level 10. But you guys played it a little bit differently. Like you played super safe top lane, like you basically satisfied your win condition with the Jaina, as you said, just send off to the side lanes, like clear those minions. And you know, like the only way that they could capitalize on you was by sending 5 people top, but then you guys just responded by putting Jhin bottom and pushing out the wave. So that literally like balances out completely, because they lose a wave and then you guys gain the wave on top. So they gain some experience by killing you, but you equalize it out by making them miss experience. So you guys played with it really, really well. I just want to give you the congrats on that one. It was a really interesting pick and it worked out like super well.
Glad to hear. I'm glad it was entertaining.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, it was definitely entertaining. To that end, the next question I'd have for you is trying to think of the best way to phrase it. So a lot of teams, there's a meta. They're very standard picks. There are things that we expect. Like Kyle and I, like we were calling a lot of picks before they happen because like we just know the general ebb and flow. But one of the things I love about your team in particular is that you guys buck that trend so often. I mean, this is the finals, and you break out Medivh Jaina on Battlefield of Eternity, and then you show up with Probius on Tomb of the Spider Queen, another unexpected pick. Do you guys feel that kind of unconventional approach to drafting and gameplay is a strength of yours? And do you think that other teams from HGC on down could stand to try to innovate?
Well, I'm going to wax a little poetic here because this is an issue that's near and dear to my heart.
Oh, okay.
But first of all, the first part of your question, yes, as a team, I think we are more open of mind than a lot of other teams. And sometimes you get yourself into trouble, but I definitely think it's more of an asset to us than a liability, quite a bit more. So yeah, we're pretty open to that. But like, I don't know, man, I play a ton of HOTS. Like I played a ton of League of Legends, like Master Tier League of Legends player. And I gotta say, I think this game is so much more complex and so much strategically deeper that like, there's stuff nobody has even thought of yet that is good. Like the meta in this game is more fungible than anywhere else, I would say. And like you see it, I think time and time again, the best teams like in the world, in Korea, they come up with a strategy and then they make it good. They don't, obviously like you can't be the best, like the innovators and copying other people, but like people are coming up with new shit all the time. And I honestly don't think anyone's really figured out some of the best stuff in HOTS yet because the game is just that deep.
Interesting.
I'm really glad you said that because a lot of people will, they'll come over this game from League of Legends. They're like, oh, this game's so straightforward. LOL, there are no items, shared experience. It's like, no. Heroes of the Storm streamlines all that stuff and takes out the cumbersome aspects of the genre so you can focus on the strategy and you can focus on the execution. And I'm glad that not only you feel that way, but you're able to demonstrate that by winning Heroes Hype this season. So
yeah,
nice.
The build complexity is there. Like you can literally like one level 7 talent, the choice between that could turn a game on its head,
Yep.
It's there,
Yeah, I love that about this game too. Like you see pretty much as equal complexity with talents as you do with items in other MOBAs. So like I completely agree with that one. It can also like deny enemy teams of like what they're trying to satisfy. Like Uther's level 7 talent, for example. Absolutely insane talent. But yeah, I wanted to know, because like your team plays some, kind of odd stuff. Do you guys play any Abathur? Or have you played anything really weird with Abathur?
We went through a pretty serious Abathur phase, I don't know, 4-6 weeks ago, something like that. And I don't know, we've kind of gotten away from it a little bit.
Okay.
But we weren't doing anything fancy. We were pretty much doing like Abba's Double Zera and just like, blowing somebody up and having a lot of success doing that. I don't know. I actually don't know why we got away from it that much, but sometimes, I don't know, you know what? It's like you play so many games, you scrim so often. Sometimes you play a bad block and like you lose 3 games in a row, and then suddenly that thing is like poisoned in your mind a little bit, and you're like,
yeah,
like we were winning with this, we just got our butts kicked. Like people have figured it out. We're not executing as well. Let's try a different direction,
Yeah, makes sense.
But yeah, no, we do the Abathur thing every now and then. We would not be afraid to bust it out in the right situation, certainly.
There you go.
Not too shabby, man. So, we've asked you some questions. It's been really cool to hear your insight. What would you want to say to your fans that have been following you guys along this season?
Well, first I gotta run through my teammates, if that's all right.
Oh yeah, sure. This is your time for shout outs and everything else, man. Go for it.
Little shout out, little smack talk here. I think Jin, our tank, is like literally, I think he's like top 4 mechanical tanks in North America.
Oh.
Like, some of the moves this guy puts on, and sometimes when he puts the game on our back, like the Toon game, we were almost in a panic because we weren't far enough ahead with Nazeebo hitting 20. And then Jin was like, all right, well, we need to win now, so I'll get Malf. And then he was like, forecast that like 10 seconds ahead of time, and then gets the engage on Malf. And then we're able, like, we all know it's coming because he said he was going to do it. And then we were able to turn the game, or like, lock the game in from there right before it was going to get real scary. So, Jin's good. Elhaim, our shot caller and support player, even since I joined the team, like his shot calling, sometimes it's like, it's rare when a shot caller can give you shivers sometimes because you can just see the pieces moving ahead. He's only plat in Korea on Hero League, which is a little disappointing, but he's working on that. My boy Legend, he's probably like, we joke and call him the best ranged assassin carry in North America. But again, he's like Jin, man. Every now and then when you need somebody to put the team on their shoulders, he's always ready to pull that off. Like his hyper carry play especially is just phenomenal. And then LZ Gamer, of course, he's been doing our drafting. He does a good job. Obviously from that last game, he's not afraid to make some big plays either.
It's Genji.
But yeah, between LZ and I, we have over 6 decades of video game experience. So that's, that's a lot of knowledge there.
Really?
Oh yeah, we're like old ancient men. I got to go to work in like 4 hours.
Show these young whippersnappers how to do it.
That's so cool, man.
Yeah, but then to our fans, man, hey, actually, I will say this. Sometimes, like, you feel a little down. Again, you lose a tournament, you play. Like, I was reading through Reddit about the thread for this tournament, and there was just one random guy. I literally have no idea who he was, and was like, 4 guys in a Legend's going to win. Taliant, that guy is solid. No idea. One sentence. All he did was call me solid, but it made my day, and it got me super pumped to play tonight. So, like, I don't know, just the power and the influence the fans have is amazing. And, we appreciate any support anyone wants to give us at any time.
For the kid in the back, said Taliant was solid. Yes. I agree, man. It's cool. I think you guys continue to show up and put performances like this. Your fan base is only going to continue to grow. And I can't wait to see you guys in the next season. It's only 3 weeks away, so you guys sharpen up, get those tools ready. I can't wait to see you guys again.
Cool.
Me either.
Cool. And hey, again, I said in the beginning, but thank you guys. Like, the support for the scene is so top heavy, like from Blizzard. And I know that a lot of these amateur things are done on the back of like the admins, the mods, you guys, the casters, everyone who puts their spare time in. So, thank you guys very much. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, man. Much appreciated.
Lots of love, dude.
Sweet. All right. Have a good night.
You too, Taliant. Again, congratulations. 4 guys in the Legend are this season's champions of Heroes Hype Tempo Storm series. And I would echo everything he said. Our admins have worked tirelessly week in and week out since before this season even started. Royal Light's been helping out with the giveaways and stuff. Like, they have meetings every week. It's really cool to see the passion that the admins have, and it shows. I mean, Heroes Hype has been around since the beginning, practically. Also, a big thanks to Tempo Storm for partnering with Heroes Hype this season. Definitely took it to a whole different level. Tempo Storm, a premier organization in the hero scene, identifies the importance and vitalization of keeping the amateur scene alive. Like, we see incredible, innovative things on the frontier. I mean, this last best of 3 is evidence of that. I don't think you're gonna see Medivh Jaina show up at the end of a draft in HGC, so it's just like,
no chance.
You see these things like, wow, like I would have never expected that. Like,
yeah,
this is the breeding ground for the next iteration of the future of this game. So thanks to everyone behind the scenes. It's cool for us, me and Kyle just kind of show up and talk about the game, but it's not just us by any stretch of the imagination. So
it's been really fun to watch from the beginning to the end. Like, I didn't get to cast every week, obviously, but even just like watching the games, it's been really cool to see how these teams have adapted and changed. And we've seen it across like, multiple metas. Like, a couple weeks back there, we were seeing like Ariel bans across the board. Like, remember when we first started and I was expecting like Zarya and Tassadar bans every game, and then they weren't showing up, and I was like, what's going on here?
What is this?
Like, yeah, so like, seeing that adaptation throughout all the weeks is also really cool. And yeah, so just huge congratulations to all the teams, and keep playing a lot, because I think next season is going to be even more intense and have a greater level of basically what would be the right word, competition, I guess. Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's just going to be even more intense. So I'm really stoked for next season.
The bar continues to rise, man. And I
Yeah.
think there's a lot of synergy between the pro level and the amateur scene. I think we've seen as high level of competition this season because of the added exposure that HTC brings to
Yeah.
high level play. You get to watch these guys show up every weekend now instead of like a few times a year. And you see high level play on a consistent basis. That filters down to the amateur scene in the Hero League, and it's like, wow, these comps work, these synergies work really well. And that has been a foundation to have these kinds of innovations. So I very well think we could see that kind of inspiration filter its way back up, and then it filters back down, and the region continues to get stronger. So I definitely think this is an amazing thing for not only the professional scene, but the amateur scene as well.
Yeah.
And I believe we're just getting started. Next season is only 3 weeks away, and nobody's more excited about that than this guy.
Right on, man. Me too. It's gonna be really sweet. And hey, to be honest, like there's some stuff that I see throughout these weeks where I'm like, this is kind of interesting, and I bring it to my teammates. I'm like, yo, check this out, guys. What if we try this? And it's either like, that's an awful idea, or hey, that's actually a decent idea. Just try it out. So yeah, it goes both ways.
Yeah, I mean, there's something of a "do not try this at home" label
Yeah.
on the Medivh Jaina around
Yeah.
it out on Battlefield Eternity. But hey, man, it won.
It sure did.
But again, my name is Lauren. It's been my absolute pleasure to host and cast this season of Heroes Hype Tempo Storm series. Been joined by the Fox of Hots, the Kitsune of Heroes, the almost Ferris Bueller Heroes of the Storm scene, neighborhood-friendly community coach Kala. It's been an absolute pleasure, my friend. Good old-fashioned argue. You know, Kala, they just don't make them like that anymore,
They
man.
just don't make them like that anymore.
They don't.
So good,
He's been
dude.
obsing and holding down the production side of things. And again, thanks to all the admins that have helped put this together, and the writers. The writers do really cool recaps. Check out the heroeshype.com website for those. And yeah, only 3 weeks away. We'll be back before you know it. But until then, my name's Lauren. That's Kalamalka. Follow that guy. He's really cool. Until
Thanks,
then,
man.
see you guys around next time.
See you guys.